Hello doers, my name is Jose Ignacio and welcome back to another tutorial. Now today at Stealthywood, we pride ourselves on our ability to consistently follow up with customers. Fostering good communication is key to building long-term relationships with our client base. Now if done well, these customers will keep coming back to Stealthywood for many years to come. But as our business continues to thrive, managing a growing number of customer relationships can quickly get out of hand. Now, utilizing activities in Odoo CRM allows us to easily track and schedule follow-up activities for every stage of the pipeline, and this ensures that no customer gets forgotten. Now, in this video, we'll learn how to schedule activities in your Odoo CRM app, and we're going to trigger those activities automatically, and how to share your availability with colleagues or clients. And finally, how to view comprehensive reports of past activities. So, let's jump into Odoo to see how activities can make your sales team more effective. So here we are on our CRM dashboard. Now, we'll start here with the entire Stealthywood pipeline. You'll notice that each opportunity has a tiny clock icon. If the clock is gray, that means there are currently no activities scheduled for this opportunity. If the clock is green, it means there are activities scheduled for the future. Yellow in this case means the activity should be completed before the end of the day. And then finally, a red color represents an activity that is past its due date, and we don't like to be late here. So at the top of each stage, you can see the collective sum of all of the opportunities' expected revenue for that stage, along with a multicolored bar. Now, the colors of this bar mirror the colors of the activity indicators, or clocks, inside of the opportunities below. Now, hovering over any color will show you how many activities are planned, due, or overdue. Now, if we go on over here and click on the colored bar segment, we can actually see a few different things. Now, Odoo automatically displays all of the opportunities in this stage that have activities scheduled in that color code, along with a matching color background to further indicate that a filter is being used. So, let's schedule an activity on one of our new opportunities just to see how this works. So, let's pick any that are in the new stage. Then we're going to go ahead and head on over to the clock icon and schedule an activity. You can also access this page, by the way, by clicking into the opportunity itself, but this way is a little bit faster from our pipeline view, as you can see. Now from here, I can choose from a list of activity types. For now, I'll select call, and that's because, that's what I want to go with. Now, I also have the option to leave notes and a summary of what should happen during this call if necessary. And it's kind of important. Sometimes you have a few things you need to say and you don't want to forget them. Now, if I want to have a specific colleague follow up with this customer, I can also assign them to this activity directly. And as we just talked about, that's why it's good to leave notes. You don't want to, make Susan over in sales have to come and see this and she doesn't know what's going on. Now, I can also set a due date to ensure these tasks get done on time. Now, we can do this by just selecting over here, set a due date, and we're going to pick a few days from now, and we're going to hit save. Now, follow me here. Let's say I want to see a list view of my currently assigned activities. How would I do that? Well, we're just going to go over here into the CRM app, Sales, My Activities. Now here, I have more options and information readily available than I do on the Kanban view. I can add even more columns of information using this options button that I'm highlighting over here. And I can also click on the button to the far right of the title row, and this will end up popping up my options stuff. Now, in the next activity column, I can see all my scheduled activities. By clicking My Deadline, I can sort them so that the most urgent deadlines are at the top of the list. And that just makes it a little bit cleaner. Now, this really helps also with prioritization. You see everything up at the top. Now, if we need to add more time to a deadline for any reason at all, we can also just hit the snooze. And Odoo automatically adds an additional 7 days to the deadline. Now, when I snooze an activity, that opportunity plummets down the list, since we have it set to show the most urgent activities at the top. Isn't that convenient? We didn't have to drag it. Now, for the next part, what I wanted to talk about is how Odoo allows us to automate scheduling activities by creating activity chains. And to do this, we'll go to activity types in the configuration menu, and you can reach that by going over here to configuration and selecting activity types. Now, once that we're inside of here and it's loaded, all of our activity types are listed. We can even create new ones or just edit our existing ones. Odoo provides all of the ones that we see here by default, and that's kind of key if you need somewhere to start with. But let's open up an existing one to see what a typical activity type looks like in Odoo. So we're going to open make a quote. We're going to select edit. Now under action, I can choose what action I want my team members to perform. In this case, it'll end up reveal a little drop down menu where we could select this. I can also add a default user, a summary, and a description of what's needed. Underneath chaining type, I can automate, activity scheduling. And if I choose the option to suggest next activity, Odoo will suggest the next activity of my choosing to the salesperson right after they schedule this activity. Or if I already know for sure that what should happen next, I can also choose trigger next activity. And Odoo will automatically schedule a new activity for my salesperson once the previous one has been completed. So let's do that now. We're going to trigger the next activity by selecting the button. And we're going to do email from the trigger drop-down menu. Now with this, I can choose exactly when I want the next activity to be scheduled. Let's make it 15 days after I complete this activity. Give yourself 2 weeks and a day. And we're going to hit save. Now, anytime someone completes a make quote activity, Odoo will automatically schedule an email activity. So let's go back to the CRM dashboard to see this in action. So we're going to head back and we're going to look for an opportunity here with a little icon so that we can test this out. And in this case, we're going to select and schedule an activity type. Now, here in the chatter, I can see a record of all the activities ever done for this opportunity, including the one that we just scheduled. Now, in this case, when I click Done and Schedule Next, we'll see in the chatter that a new activity for an email was automatically scheduled. So easy. It's also worth noting that if you click Done and Schedule Next without a next activity to be triggered, the activity pop-up window will appear, and you can manually choose which activity to schedule next. And this is really key since you don't want to miss that. Now, another super convenient scheduling technique that Odoo offers is sharing your availability with coworkers or clients. Let's say we want to schedule a meeting to discuss one of our opportunities. We do so by going back over here to the CRM dashboard and clicking on any opportunity, and then we're going to head into the chatter. And as you can see here, we could select the schedule an activity button. Now, if we select meeting as our activity type, we have the option to open our calendar. Now in this case, we can finally schedule that meeting directly through Odoo. We could also access this calendar by going to the calendar app on our Odoo dashboard, which is also automatically installed with the CRM app. Now, if we already know when we want the meeting to happen, we can schedule it immediately by clicking on the drop-down menu and, deciding to make a 1-hour meeting. Now, if we select edit, we can edit the event details and invite anyone we want to the meeting. Since we came directly from the opportunity name is automatically the meeting subject. But let's say we don't know our colleague or our client's availability yet. We could just discard this. Now, to the right, our calendar shows us a few different things. We have, to the right of that as well, another button called the Share Availabilities. Now, we can click this and then select some times that we're available for a meeting. In this case, we're going to go on to the calendar, and we're going to click and drag and select our 1-hour chunks. Now I can share my meeting link with anyone I want to schedule a meeting with. So let's share it using Odoo. So we're going to go back to the opportunity using these breadcrumbs that I always talk about. Very convenient. And we're going to click send a message in chatter. Now from here, I can send a message to the customer, to the customer's email attached to this opportunity by checking this box. Or I can send it to a colleague by typing @ and searching for their name. In this case, I'll send this message to my colleague, Mark Demo. So we're going to type this out, and there we go. Now we're going to let them know. Let's meet about this opportunity. Perfect. Now we're going to paste in our meeting link and we're going to send this off. Now if we click this link, it shows the available times that I selected for my calendar. And all Mark has to do is choose a day and a time that works for him. In this case, let's go to select a time, change our name over here, and confirm this. So easy. No more sending many emails back and forth, trying to find a time that works for both of us. You can schedule meetings with much more efficiency over here with Odoo. Now, of course, your Odoo calendar easily integrates with your Google or Outlook calendars as well. And it can do this by our little smart buttons we see over here. Now, finally, Odoo also has a great reporting feature that shows a consolidated view of all of your completed activities. You can reach this by going back over to the main menu, CRM, reporting, activities. And we need to get rid of a filter first, and then here we have it. We have tons of options for grouping our activity information. We could group by the stage to see how many activities, have been done in each stage. We can also do it by the salesperson to see the proportion of activities that have been done by each salesperson. Now this makes it so easy to track your salespeople's performance. We can also see a detailed list view of all of these completed activities, organized this way by simply clicking the list icon that we see over here. Now here, all of the details about these activities end up popping up. And isn't that convenient? So, as you can see, Odoo makes it incredibly easy to track and schedule your activities. So you'll never forget to follow up with any of these customers. Activities are super convenient, and in a way, they help you and your team stay attentive to business opportunities because they continually allow you to foster customer relationships. Now, this high level of customer service will encourage people to come back to your business time and time again. Now, for even more ways to automate your workflows and nurture your opportunities, check out Odoo's marketing automation app, which allows you to create automatic targeted marketing campaigns and automate business processes for each department involved. That's all for now, Odooers. Thanks for watching. This was a little bit of a long one, so remember, it's Odoo, not Odome.